Hello there, Master Hellish here, and welcome back to our Kerbal Space Program Let's Play. Now, last time we unlocked a load of things, lots and lots of stuff all the way down here. No, hang on, we unlocked this lot, and we want to look at this stuff next. But I'm not going to race to get these parts. We've got enough stuff to be getting on with a lot of new things. We've been to the moon once, but according to a load of contracts we've got here, we need to go again. Science data from space around the moon, temperature scans of the moon, and explore Minmus, visual surveys of the moon, a satellite in orbit around the moon. We've got loads of things to do. Now, in order to facilitate our future endeavours, we're going to start building a space station, bit by bit. So in today's episode, we'll be launching and putting into orbit the space station core, and then we'll do some other new stuff, and then next episode we'll add a bit to the space station and so on and so forth. And once the station's up and running properly, we'll use it as a refueling depot and do a new moon mission to not only land on the moon but put a satellite there at the same time as well. That's the plan. Let's see how we get on with that. Well, first things first, let's get our core. Here we are. We want the core being built of our space station. So, what we're going to do, one of these guys to begin with. Now, I want an unmanned core. The Stay Putnik hasn't got SAS. This one has got SAS, but it's basic. This new one here that we unlocked has got prograde and retrograde holds and more reaction wheels. I think we're gonna get that one. We may as well. Let's unlock that and use it as our core. There it is. There's our core. Right. So let's move that up a bit so we can work on it. Now, I'm thinking if we get in structural, there's this fuselage which doesn't actually do anything. It's more solid due to reinforcements, but is also lighter as well. So we'll have that. Its mass is tiny. There we go. And I'm going to use that as part of the core structure on the bottom there. Now we're going to want to link this thing together, and one of the reasons why I haven't been able to do it recently is because we haven't had the docking port. So I'm going to buy the docking port. There we go. I'm going to turn it upside down and shove one of them on bottom. There we go. Now, I'm also going to put a load of docking ports on the sides as well, I think. I'm just going to think carefully about exactly where I want this. Tell you what, let's just whack it in the middle for now. These can be like, and what I was going to do is we're going to have 4 of them like this. I'm going to make this slightly bigger, actually, come to think of it, because we're going to need some RCS. So if I go fuel tanks. Now, there's 2 different RCS fuel tanks here. I think we want the smaller one of the 2. I'm not sure. Let's unlock the bigger one and see what size it is. Ah, yes, that's a good size. We'll stick that on the bottom. No. On the bottom. There we go. And there, that's better. Right. Now, we're going to need some lights, I think. So let's get the new light, the Mark II. Let's see here. Looks exactly the same, but uses a lot less electrical charge. So if I put the lights kind of skewed here. There we go. That should do. Kind of pointing outwards a little bit, but that's alright. We're going to need some solar panels, but I'm a bit worried they're going to get in the way of this here. Perhaps solar panels can go right in the very middle. Let's purchase them anyway. Let's get the 1x6 panels. There we go. Now if I rotate them and... No, I'll tell you what, we'll do the panels in a bit. Let's get the RCS ports on. Are they command and control? There we go. So this is another thing that I needed to unlock before we could do this. I'm going to put RCS ports right on the very bottom. So let's zoom in a little bit, make sure we're getting everything exactly how I want it. There we go. Brilliant. So we've got RCS ports, we've got lights, we've got RCS fuel, we need batteries. So let's just go into utilities. Now I could whack on these massive batteries, 400 charge each, but these ones here with 100 charge each probably are going to do the job, because we'll have 4 of them. They're going to fit quite nicely there, I think. Now, solar panels. It's so difficult to know exactly where I want to stick this initial batch. What I could do, if I wanted to, is just put a shed ton of flat ones in round here, like, let's see, like this. Actually, that's probably a good idea, because then we can get things to dock inside better. We could put 4 on like that. That would be a good start. And if we just zoom in a little bit, move these up. There we go. We could probably get another 4 in. There we go. We've got 4 in the docking node area there. 4 next to the docking nodes there. That should do for the main part, I think. These battery packs, I'm going to say we're taking the big ones. Yes, they're going to cost us 3,200 to take out there, but look at that. That is almost what I want. And there's only one thing left to do. Now, I don't know if anybody's guessed it yet, but if you have guessed it, you can have 5 geek points. Now, if you haven't guessed it yet, I'm going to press Alt. Now, if you've guessed it now, you can have 2 geek points. And if you still don't know, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the whole thing, turn it round, and plonk it on the top. There we go. That is going to be our space station core. I think it looks epic. We've got lights, we've got battery, we've got the fuel, we've got RCS ports, we've got solar panels. Probably not enough solar panels for the whole space station, but certainly enough to get started. I did want these folding out ones. In fact, I even bought them. In fact, can I show you them? In case you don't know what they look like, I'm going to try and put them there. And if I just... Can I extend those? No, it's not letting me extend them. Never mind. Anyway, so this is what our core of our space station is going to look like. The only thing it's missing is some sort of command and control, no, not that sort of command and control, kind of antenna-y things. Now, what's this? This is a comms device. Let's purchase that, and let's purchase the barometer anyway. We're going to be needing that later, maybe. So we're going to need a communications device on this at some point, but I'm not seeing anywhere where I can put it. I mean, we could put this Communitron on there. There's lots of room for that. But I'm really not sure. I mean, this one has a packet size of 2 megabits. And a smaller bandwidth per... it requires more electrical charge. It's heavier. I'm not quite sure how it's even better. Maybe it's that bandwidth. It looks worse. It really does look worse. I have no idea why. Anyway, so here it is. We're not going to put a comms section on it. I don't think. No, we definitely ought to put a communications section on it. Let's put 2 antennas on, directly in the middle here. Not 4, let's just put 2. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Right, there we go. Now I'm going to build something to put this into space. Okay, so here's our space station core. Now, what we've got here is we've got it connected up with a docking port to just under there is another control command pod thing. We've got an RCS tank, some fuel tanks, a couple of solar panels and some RCS ports there. So that, and then a little poodle engine under there, a little which I'll show you if I can. No, hang on. There we are. One of those ones. One of the little ones. A 909, I think it is. Then I've got this massive fuel tank, which I bought, and the massive engine on the bottom, and some side boosters to get it all going. The only thing I think this needs now is something to make sure these boosters don't smash into the central fuel tank. So I'm just going to nip into engines, get one of our Separatrons, and we're going to plop it on the top here. This is going to be quite central, so I'm going to zoom in a little bit, make sure I'm getting this as central as I can. It needs flipping round the other way. There we go. That looks like it's fairly central to me. And when these side bits separate, they're just going to make sure that they peel away lovely and don't destroy our tank. Now those new ones, they need to be up in this stage, so let's just remove the staging round, and I think we are good. We're good to try and put this core. Now this core, even though it's quite tall, is actually quite light because these main canisters don't contain anything. The only thing we've got up there is a load of RCS fuel, so that's fine. The one thing I am going to do though, just to make sure it doesn't wobble around too much, we're going to put some struts in, and we're going to use the we're going to use this bit here to hide the struts endings in future. It's going to come out behind the docking ports. Now I could connect it to here to give it some structural support, but I believe that doing it out here would probably be best. So let's do it and connect it to the tank. No, it didn't connect. Right, I'm going to have to try that again. Well, I decided for the first stage of the whole thing, we'll put it out here like this, and we'll see how that goes. It might not work, we will see. Now, this is an unmanned craft, so there's no crew in there at all. We need to save it. This is going to be the Hellish Station Alpha. Yes. That is what we're sending up there. Let's save that and head out to the launch pad and get this in orbit. Okay, so here we are on the launch pad. Now everything looks good in the staging. I'm going to turn the SAS on. This could be a very floppy ship, because as soon as these side boosters go away, there's nothing much really for it to do. But we'll see how it goes. We can turn the lights on if we want to. I don't see why we'd want to at this stage, though. It's daytime. And yeah, I guess we'll just throttle up ready and save in case there's any errors, and launch. Cool, nice clean launch. We're going very quickly, so I'm bringing the throttle down a bit. Yeah, bring the throttle down a bit more. 117 meters per second. Still increasing. I don't really want that to go above 150, but we'll see. There's a bit of roll on the craft at the minute. Let's bring that throttle down completely. So we're just going on these side boosters now. We've had that initial launch. That's fine. Still a little bit of roll, but we'll see how that goes. Now, the first stage that I'm always worried about is the detachment of these side bits. So we'll see how that goes. We need to bring the main throttle up before they finish, otherwise we're going to lose some of that momentum. So there's the main throttle up. Boost them away. Brilliant. Oh, starting to wobble. Let's turn the RCS on to see if we can get that to help. Now we're going to need to turn this round. So let's rotate it so we're facing the right way. There we go. And whoa! Let's bring the craft over to 90 degrees, and hopefully that RCS can stop all that horrible wobble. Let's just... No, oh my word. The craft is wobbling out of control. It's probably going to shake itself to pieces. Although we are actually... Oh god, oh, we're more than too high. Right. I didn't want to be that high in an orbit, but... We'll see. I probably should have throttled down. We've got way too much fuel. In fact, we probably can leave this section that I've put on here at the back anyway. We'll see. We'll probably steal its fuel later and then ditch it. Right, okay. That wasn't great, to be honest. We've got a slightly wonky... Yeah, we've got a slightly wonky orbit. Let's add a maneuver node nonetheless. Let's bring this out here, and we'll wait until our apoapse and our periapse swap over. As soon as they do, we'll cut that orbit. Oh wait, they already did swap over, didn't they? That was very quick. Come on. Come on. Swap over. Jet there. There we go. Right, okay. Let's have a look at this orbit. That's not too bad, actually. We could actually just circularize that and then do some fine adjustments. So let's just nip back here. It's going to say 13 seconds. It's going to contain a lot of wobble, but never mind. Let's get ourselves pointing over in the right direction. We can still get this in the right place. I probably should have put a struts between these two sections here as well. That probably would have been a good idea. All this wobbling going on is not good at all. Right, I've got 1 minute before this 13-second burn, apparently. We can use this main engine still. We don't have to use this smaller one. This was a very light delivery into orbit. Okay, let's just use... I've just pressed caps lock, and that moves us on to fine controls, and that seems to be helping with getting this just right. Now, can we even out that orbit at the same time? Let's see. We'll just level it out a little bit. Now, as far as I'm aware, the moon is not is not on an inclined plane. So, if we can level this out to follow that orbit. Whoa! No, I did not mean to do that. And I bet we're there. Oh God, we've gone past it. Oh, never mind. 13-second burn. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Out of power. Full speed on the next stage. This is going to take forever. How far out are we? We're getting close. We can do some adjustments soon. Right, we want this apoapse to flop round. We're just ignoring this maneuver node now. It's completely pointless. Right, that is 80, 90. Let's just slow it down. Five, 6, 7. I want it at 100k. That will do. Yeah, that'll do. Right, so now when we're there, we need to bring our apoapse down because it's too far. So let's bring our ball up. We've got plenty of Mamolo propellant, plenty of oxidizer and other things. Let's go retrograde to the orbit and speed up time a little bit until we are at the periapse, or at least close to it. Yeah, we're going to be there in a second, and we need to bring this apoapse down. I don't want to add a maneuver. Jeez, I hate it when it tries to do that. Right, let's now burn, bringing this right down. Now that's 102. So let's just do it a little bit more. 102, 101. That's 98 still. It's going to take a little bit of adjusting to get just how I want it, but that's about 100. It's getting close anyway. Whoa, 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 what's happening here? That periaps is 60, that's no good. Right, quick, quick, quick. Prograde, prograde. What's going on here? I didn't mean to do that. Oh, silly me, silly me. Right. Max power. Right, so now we've got 101 and 19. Ah, there we go. That is pretty damn close. We can do some more tweaking in a minute. Let's just zip round at 50 times speed. And we want to bring that 101 down just a little bit. We want a nice circular orbit. Okay. So we're just going to go retrograde. And as you can see, our space station and the delivering craft spin around like crazy. There's the lights. There we go. And let's just do that with a small bit of burn in. That's pretty much 100 exactly. That's pretty much 100 exactly. We've got a fairly nice circular orbit. I mean, if I wanted to, I could actually... Whoa! 99.9, 99.9. You can't get much better than that in terms of circular orbits. The only problem is it's got some sort of inclination about the whole thing, which I kind of wanted to null out. So we're gonna try and use the moon. And we're going to get that line as close as we can. I reckon here. I don't know why it's jumping. Let's turn the SAS off. Why is everything jumping around so much? I have no idea. Right. Let's... Whoop. There we go. That actually looks about right. According to this, it's a 1 second burn anyway, so let's just fast forward until we get round to an appropriate point. Now we have to be facing the right way, so I'm just going to stop fast forwarding, put the SAS and RCS back on. I'm going to turn off the fact that we're going to be right there. There's our point, and it's very close to the actual. Is that the normal or the anti-normal? I think that's the anti-normal. Let's put caps lock on, try and get that perfect. I'm actually aiming for the normal or the anti-normal. I'm not sure. I think that's the anti-normal. We'll call it that. I'm aiming for the anti-normal. So let's just fast forward a little bit more, because I want to do it roughly above the space center there. Here we go. 50 times speed will have to do. We're coming in close now. I'm watching too many other things. Trying to see if this is looking about... It does look about right. Okay. I didn't want to have to do this extra burn, but never mind. So here we go. Extra burn. Manually up. 7, 6, 5. You can see it's coming down to match that. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now that might not be perfect, but that's good enough for me. Let's just check 100.1 and 98.5. So we do have a little bit of adjusting to do, but I will do that adjusting and I will see you in a second. And there we have it, folks. A near perfect circular orbit around the planet with our new space station. The only thing we've got left to do now is undock from that core and take it home. Now, the solar panel should keep this going. If it doesn't, we'll see what we can do. But let's turn those lights on. Certainly in the sun, it looks fine. So, yes, that's okay. And let's detach, decouple. There we go. So there's our core. Let's just switch to our deliverer. Now, I'm going to try and get this down to the planet, so I'm just going to RCS away from that using docking mode. So let's just pull away. I'm going to rotate the craft like this, as the space station slowly floats away from us. We're going to push this way a little bit, just so we're not in the same sort of orbit anymore. We're going to be slowly drifting away from that forever. And then we're going to go back to our staging mode, go retrograde, and we're going to bring the craft back down to Kerbin. Now, I kind of want to land on the ground, but I don't know whether that's possible. We'll have to see. But here we go. Let's just throttle up and bring the map in, and we'll just see where we're going to go. Nope. Here we go, and there, that will do. Right. So, we've slowed our orbit down to the point where the space station is hurtling away from us, and we're going to be going down towards the planet. We're going to put our retrograde mark. Oh, we've already got our retrograde marker on, and speed up time. There we go. Let's turn the RCS off. We don't need RCS. Right, can we get this little thing back down to the planet? And can we get it down in one piece? Now we're over the land, so I'm going to full throttle to bring our orbit into a much deeper one. We're going to be hitting the atmosphere soon and then plopping in. So we're just going under 2,000 meters. Basically what I'm trying to do is land this. It's nearly impossible, I have to admit. But I'm hoping we're going to hit the atmosphere very soon. Because landing on this grasslands would be nice. Come on, thicker atmosphere, thicker atmosphere. I don't want to do it in the water. No, we're gonna hit the water at this rate. Oh well, never mind. Let's speed it up a little bit. There is the thicker atmosphere. As we go beneath 20,000. We're heading for the water. Our speed is naturally slowing. 6, 5. Right, okay, let's turn the RCS back on. 4. 4,000. Slowing our descent slightly with a couple of bursts. Would be lovely to be able to recover this, but that's just going to be a bonus. 2,000. Keeping our descent as slow as possible. The RCS is on, but it isn't really doing anything. 6, 5. We're going to really need to bring that surface speed down. There we go. 1 meter a second. Nine meters per second. 7, 6, 5. 4 meters per second. That'll do. 3 meters per second. We're 44 up still. But what do you know? I actually landed it. Nice one. Well, there we go. Our delivery module is back. Our space station's in orbit. Let's head back to the space center and recover this little vessel here. Okay, so here's the recovery of our probe. We didn't get any science from it, but we did get 5,000 back. Well, that was worth a pop, wasn't it? Let's click done on that. We're going to recover some of the debris soon. In fact, let's do that now. Let's go over to the tracking centre. Here we go at the tracking centre. So there's all this debris that was on the launch pad. We need to get rid of that. There we go. And what's this one? This one is a piece of stuff at the launch pad as well. There we go. And this is our space station here. Now it looks like a satellite. It's not. It's a space station. So let's just switch to it and have a look. And here it is, hurtling round the planet. Its monopropellant is quite full, and its electrical charge is obviously doing fine. This little dark section in the middle is where the main canister is. So what we're going to do is we are going to do a right click and rename vessel. We're not going to rename it though. We're just going to change the picture to a station rather than a probe. Hellish Station Alpha, done. There we go. Orbiting the planet. Just turn the RCS off for completeness. Going around at 2,245 meters per second. The lights I'm pleased with. I think this is going to be a nice little core. When I was thinking about this at first, I haven't really deviated from what I was planning. So I'm quite happy about this whole thing. So join me next time for adding more onto that. But before we finish that, finish the episode for this time, we're going to head back down to the Space Centre. And we're going to make a new science vehicle. What we're going to do, we're going to go, because we can only make 30 parts in the space plane hangar, and that's where we built our vehicle last time, we're going to go over to the vehicle assembly building. We're not going to upgrade that. We do want custom action groups soon, though, so we're going to have to look at that upgrade in the future. So here we go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to load the Landcraft Mark II. So here it is. And we're just going to upgrade this. And we're going to change things around. We're going to make it better. First things first, we're going to completely scrap the whole thing. Okay. And we're going to go with the Mark II command pod, because we can get more people in that. We're going to get some structural pieces. Now, we're not limited as much by parts this time, so let's do a 4-way jobby on this. Come on. Is that close enough? Is that correct? Yeah, that looks close enough. Is that going to be big enough? No, let's do one more. One massive. Oh, this is going to be a big vehicle, this is. A big rovery thing. A big science rover. This is our land vehicle Mark III, so let's just put all that in there like that. And should we leave it like that, or should we put something in the corner? We'll put something in the corner. Let's connect it up to here like that, and connect that up to here like that. We're going to use a strut connector in the corner here to weld those two pieces together. So a little bit difficult on the camera angle, but I will do it. There, that'll do. Right, so there's our rover. Now, our guys are going to come out of the pod here, but I don't want them to fall straight on the ground. That would be bad. We want to rotate... No, that's fine, actually. What we will do is we'll put some sort of surface for them to get onto. Now, what's the next thing we need? Next thing we need is wheels. Let's put some small gear bays on this. Now, if I put that on there, they're going to be facing all sorts of directions. So I'm going to have to do this manually one by one. I think... I have no idea which way the whole craft is facing. I don't know what way will be counted as forward. Oh well. We'll have to give it a test. And let's... Actually, these wheels probably want to be facing the other way. because having them on the outside is always best. Gives us a wider wheelbase. The wider wheelbase, what on earth have I done here? There we go. All the rotational stuff is very different. For crying out loud. There we go. I'm going to have to just do some little tweaking. So here's the start of the new vehicle anyway. Oh, that needs some rotating as well. I'm going to get the rest of this done and I will see you soon. Okay then, so welcome to the first part of the Mark III. We're going to test this now. The wheels are all on. We've got solar panels and batteries to keep all these lights going. We've got 2 engines on the back to help it move. Hopefully that will actually propel the thing forward. And we've also got some ladders on the side, so hopefully the Kerbals can get up and down, in and out if they need to. No science equipment on here yet. We are going to put some science equipment on it soon. But let's save this and see how it works as a land craft. Well, here we are on the launch pad. Let's turn the SAS on. I'm not sure really what sort of hope that does. Throttle down to minimum, activate those engines and just give a touch of throttle. Now these front 2 wheels here, we need to unlock the steering, unlock there and unlock there. Yep, that does some steering. Let's turn the lights on and keep an eye on our electrical charge. We're off the ramp, let's start moving around. Now we're just rolling under our own speed at the moment. It's very structurally sound. I'm not seeing any structural wobble to this at all. Let's increase the speed a little bit. Now we don't want to go too fast because a crash would be horrendous. We have got all 4 guys. Sorry, we've got 3 of the guys on here at the moment. But at 3 meters per second, it doesn't seem to be bothering us too badly. Let's just come off the launch pad area and go into this lower land, see how the whole craft handles going over this lip. Bit of bounce, not too bad. Not too bad at all. Okay, let's point it towards the ocean and give it a bit of a burn. That was all very stable. Bit of steering. Oh yes, this landcraft is the best yet. Yeah, I'm loving it. I like the headlights. It's got plenty of room for equipment, which we can put on later. Let's try the brakes. Extend this ladder. Let's see if the ladder extends in the right way. Hang on a second. Ladder. Extend. Oh yes, look at that. Oh, right into the ground. Yep, brilliant. Let's get Bob out on an EVA. There's Bob. Well done, Bob. Let's just bring you down. Now, are you able to let go? Yes, you let go. Can you walk along there? Can you grab the ladder? What was that, Bob? Are you going to fall off? No. Ideally, I'd like you not to fall off. So what happened here? Grab. Is he popping? Oh my word. I don't know. I have no idea what that is. Right, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll jump off. Oh no, hang on. Up here. Oh, there we go. Oh, that worked out all right. Okay. Now, can we switch back to the craft here? Yes. Now let's just do a little bit of a run. So let's take the brakes off. Throttle up. Maybe one of the improvements we could make here is put more fuel on this vessel. so that we can go further with it. But to be honest, it's just for crawling around the space centre and doing those sorts of things. Now, to be honest, I think we can improve the steering on this. So let's apply the brakes. Now, we put the steering on the front on. I think for this vessel, we can unlock the steering on the back and invert it. Unlock steering and invert it. Right, now let's see what happens here. Let's turn those brakes off. Give ourselves a bit of a throttle up again. And, oh wow, look at that. The turning of this vehicle is so much better. Brilliant. Right, now let's go try and pick, I think it was bob up, wasn't it? The ladder's on this side. So, God, look at this. That's brilliant. Now all we need to do is actually get electric wheels and we'll be great, but never mind. Right, here we go. We're getting close. Let's cut the engines. I want to get really close without killing him. Would be great. That's not bad. I like it. We've got a craft here. It's great. Now, the reason why I've made this craft is because we've now got a barometer. We can now take surface samples. So I want to just nip around the space center and other places. And, oh, okay, he didn't like that. Let's grab that. Are we going to be able to get back on here, mate? Let's just... Oh. Let's try one more time. Okay, we'll give it one more go. So it looks like he gets to the top here and then he stops. Right, okay, we're going to have to figure out a better way for him to get on there. Maybe we can try using his RCS to give him that little extra bit of a... Yeah, I did. Oh dear, brilliant. So in theory I should be able to walk back. Right, we need to improve that though. That needs a bit of improvement. Grab, and can we get... Yep, boarded. Brilliant. Well, I'm going to drive this to the runway and recover it. So let's turn the brakes off. And join me next time when I will have upgraded this to have science equipment on it. And I'm going to do a bit of science. Start taking some barometer readings, doing some surface samples, and then we'll go back to the space station and we're going to add some parts to it. But that's all for now. Thank you very much for watching, and until I do see you next time, it's goodbye from me. Ta-ra.